Welcome back to Madden 18 Ultimate Team, everybody. I guess we're getting things underway today with a level 18 player pack. I wasn't counting on opening this right away as we get a gold and an elite in this. Pernell McPhee. So I've pulled in my last two player packs, two elite bear defenders, Pernell McPhee. Now I'm not sure if I'll use him. Kenny Stills. I think I'll replace Will Fuller with him, just because I know that eventually Will Fuller is going to annoy me when he drops a football. Adding Kenny Stills to the team is enough to push me over 79 into 80 overall. So here's a look at the team currently, as I accidentally sold my right guard, so I had to get John Jerry. But the offensive line is looking alright. Zach Ertz, I've loved this card. He's been one of my favorite players, especially when it comes to dominating solo challenges. A dominant tight end is maybe the most valuable thing you can have on offense. Then, everything else here looks the same. I thought about getting a new #1 receiver. I might sell Sanu. I also might sell McPhee and Trevathan. But for now, I'm hanging on to those players. Still Rodney Harrison at safety. And I don't think I made any other moves recently. I also have this level 17 player pack to open. I was saving it for the episode, and I'll see if I can get lucky on one of these again. Jarvis Jones. Then Daryl Roberts. Come on, hide one more elite in here. Andre Branch. And Cedric Thornton. So I'm getting some pretty good luck in these packs, getting more than like 1 gold value. Even if it's not all players that I intend to use, I'll find a set for these players or sell them. And why not open a couple of these gold player packs? I haven't done much in terms of pack opening yet. Might open a couple today, a couple golds here. Jaquiz Rogers, the backup to Charles Sims, or maybe actually putting a start over him, but not going to start for me. And Keenan Robinson, not much in this pack. Might open one more. Most of my coins will be used for direct upgrades to the auction block, but I still want to get some packs because it gives me a chance to jump my coin total up at times. Maybe I'll open 3 of these. I got 2 more golds in this. And we'll finish up the pack opening portion here. And Daryl Stuckey. No elites in this. Oh, never mind, Pierre Garçon. I got one. As soon as I say no elites, I pull one. And Ronald Blair. Okay. So, after all, I do get lucky, but I just spent, 22,500 coins. So, I'm not sure if I got a good return on that investment. Well, the cheapest Garçon is 45k right now. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to get that myself, but I'll definitely look to flip this card then, and that's what I'm talking about. I only want to ever take, 10 to 20% of my coins for packs, and that gives me a chance to, get a boost like this. If not, I still have coins to play with on the auction block, so that's how I'm going to manage my coins. By the way, I'm sure a lot of you know this, but many of the gold Broncos are selling pretty well. I had a couple extras like a Zach Kerr and a Michael Schofield, and I was able to get a pretty good amount of coins for those, just players that were sitting in here I didn't want to use. So it doesn't hurt to just go and check, on the value of these golds that might not make the cut for your team. And for now, I will have the Pernell McPhee in my lineup. I think he's worth more to me than like the 8k or so I could get for him, which is just like another pack. So I'm going to work with Pernell McPhee for now, maybe swap him out after a little bit. My next upgrade probably going to be another off-ball linebacker, just because I want somebody a bit more athletic than Danny Trevathan, but just maybe a little bit better than Avery Williamson. And I did add Su'a Cravens as well. I was able to get him pretty cheap over the weekend. And, I don't know, it's a third safety. Maybe find a role for him, maybe not. But he's in the lineup as well. And I was already able to sell a Cedric Thornton. I'm sure there's a need for gold cowboy badges for some reason. But I'm not working toward those players, so not bad to already recoup some of those coins I spent. And I still have the Garçon on the auction and a couple other cards. So let's play some Seasons now. That's what I want to jump into today. Now this is definitely a big game for me because if I lose, I go home. If I win, I'm going on to the Seasons playoffs. Russell Wilson, Jerry Rice, Devontae Adams. Okay, this is not going to be easy. And I'm going to have to already worry about Russell running and halfback dump-offs. This is going to be not fun for defense. That means my offense needs to be on point. We'll see how this goes. Anyway, I had a question on the comment section of last episode asking for some tips because some people have pretty solid teams in the game but can struggle to get victories at times. Now, I am definitely not the best person to be going for when it comes to tips. Like, I would never consider myself to be great at the game. I do win more than I lose every Madden in a general online setting. I never play competitively or anything. I stick to mostly this regular season stuff. So, this is a great format for the Ultimate Team videos to give you kind of insight to my thought process. Basically, on offense, my philosophy is that I don't want to take many chances, and I always want to go with like high efficiency stuff to work down the field in that manner, taking a lot of time off the clock and not risking a lot of interceptions, although you're going to see a lot of those from me because I'll force passes. I think it has more to do with just my gameplay over my approach. And you'll see me, avoid a lot of the vertical concepts and whatnot, and part of that is because I think that I have somewhat of an advantage playing outside of the traditional manner. So you have people who are always prepared for things like taking away the verticals and a lot of the popular routes, but I don't play that way. So I think I get somewhat of an advantage by default because I'll play using passes they aren't expecting, like curl flats, levels they might not expect as much as, like, sending guys up the seams and all the verticals that you'll see online. Here's a pass to the outside. Kenny Stills. There's a juke. Kenny, get going a little slower than Will Fuller. Not much slower, though, as he's tripped up at around the 10-yard line. There you can see I'm just trying to play it safe. They're stacked in the middle. I saw a 2 versus 1 on the outside, and I guessed right that they wouldn't be sitting in the flats. Then the bad user tackling obviously made that a bigger play than it could have been. I get the same look here, so I'm expecting another nickel rush from a cover 2 look, which means that they're not going to be ready on this right side. And gonna step up here and force it into the end zone. See, that's where I get into trouble. That's where I get into trouble. I probably could have ran it there, but I thought I was going to clear Shazier, but nobody clears Shazier. He's too fast. When it comes to defense, I'm really trying to adapt because, like, on first down, keeping 2 safeties up high just doesn't feel right to me because I feel like I'm going to get smashed on the ground. But to defend the way a lot of people play online, a lot of cover 2 and 2 high safeties is kind of the way to go. And a shot downfield. Oh, it's caught! Devontae Adams just sneaks behind. Deep zone's not helping many people out this year to begin. When it comes to offense, I primarily like to play with 3 receiver personnel because it makes my opponent make a decision. Will he keep enough defensive backs on the field to counter that? Or is he going to try something else with too many linebackers on the field? And based on that, I can then strategize if he's, going to only keep 3 or 2 corners in the game, then I'm going to go more pass happy and try to stress the field horizontally and take advantage of speed mismatches. But in this situation, we have 3 receivers, we have 3 corners, so I have to look for an advantage elsewhere. And typically, I'm going to look for, things like levels and just overwhelming a certain side of the field, like I'm going to do here with Ertz and Sims both going to the right side. And I'll just swing this out to Charles Sims, get a little block there, and we'll get some good yardage. Against this cover 2, there are many things you can try to do to beat it. One of my favorites is to use the comeback routes because it's a perfect route for getting between the deep safety and the short corner. That's going to play in the flats. I'm going to max protect here and hope that I can get something on this right side. And Shazier this time won't be able to keep up, but it's a fumble ripped away from Kenny Stills. All right. Can't even make the tackle over there. Eventually, we do. And you don't always see me using a lot of the popular tactics online, mostly because I don't like playing specific ways. Like if I had to come out and use these weird defensive back heavy personnels or these weird blitzes, like that's not how I really want to play. I'd rather go and play MLB The Show than play that way. Again, he has the perfect routes for getting between the safeties and the cover 2. And I've obviously let him beat that, get there twice. Thankfully, when you get in the red zone, those routes aren't as useful because there's not as much room for them to develop. So you got to switch up a little bit, but we still don't defend anything very well. When an opponent of mine gets into the habit of picking the same play over and over again, a lot of times they will start picking their plays before I pick mine. And that's when I want to go off the wall and go super spread or super compact because I don't think they're going to be prepared for either adjustment. So in this case, little screen on the outside here, and Johnson here will break a tackle, and we may have something. And that cover 2 is just going to be a really bad call against the screen. So that's how I take advantage here. Now, we've seen the verticals from him a couple times on here, and I want to blitz. I want to try giving him some different looks. What I'll do this time is take Brian Poole, user him, and I'm going to watch what he tries to do with his receivers. I'm expecting him to go to the inside. That's how you beat these zones, not so much outside the numbers. So we're pretty much going to sell out for these inside routes. And this time we do a much better job, and that should be out of bounds. Kind of the same plan here, but I changed up my blitz call, just trying to use some different looks. And hopefully we get some pressure. And I think I might have sent one too many on this play, but it might all work out for us. Come back, though, on the outside. I don't have a coverage for you to defend, like, the 4 or 5 second play. That's where coverage is going to fail, especially zone coverage. Unless you're, like, dropping 8 or 9 defenders. Then we're not even talking about football at that point, pretty much. But when it comes to not getting pressure, like, after that, my plans are over. I have to get pressure for my game to work. From the sounds of things, we're going to have a patch sometime in the near future that will hopefully increase the pass rush and make it much more realistic, because this is pretty ridiculous. So I'm going into aggressive here because it's one of the only ways I'm getting pressure this year. And across the body. Come on, give me that. Coming out in this play because it looks like cover 2, but it's really cover 3. So if I can get my opponent thinking about things that he doesn't need to think about, I don't see how that's going to be a bad thing for me. So we end up playing actually cover 3, and Wilson's going to scramble but not get away. There's Trey Flowers. You don't see a lot of man-to-man online. I kind of like to use that to my advantage so I can give some different looks. And I'm going to help with some zone coverage over the middle, and we do get the rush from Trey Flowers. Safety blitz this time. Watch the inside. Think he's going to try flipping it because there's more space to work with. Actually, there isn't. But regardless, this is all messed up here. I do not like this. But we're just going to rush 4. And I guess kind of hope for the best. Take away the tight end here. Going outside. Good play. Good play. You got a good combination on the outside there. Anytime you can make a defender pick between two receivers to cover, you have a chance to get a big play. So that's another hallmark of what your game should be online, because that's how you beat zone coverage. Make a defender pick which one he wants to cover. Don't let him take away all options. That's where I end up using a lot of floods, and things like smash are good against cover 2. I like to use spot concept, although I don't trust it as much. And I think it's important to use a lot of different looks. So now I'm giving a cover 4 for the first time. Again, 2 high safeties. Maybe he's thinking cover 2, but it's not, obviously. And it's going to be dropped. Come on, Barrett. Man blitz this time. Just watching the middle, waiting to see what happens. Wow. Easy man cover win on the outside for Jerry Rice. Touchdown. I did not get into any of the weekend league stuff over the weekend. I saw kind of what I'd have to do to qualify or to play the offlines or the solo challenge stuff, and it was just more mutt than I kind of wanted to play at that time. And now a good blitz. And there you see the value of just changing up your strategies. That was the first time I saw a man blitz from my opponent, and I wasn't ready for it because I was counting on the same stuff I saw earlier in the game. When an opponent gets blitz happy against me, I do want to go more empty because it's a more dangerous type of offense to blitz against. So we're going to try going down the middle, intercepted again. See, I get into the bad habit of testing users all the time and thinking that I can just squeeze these throws by, but when a player is being usered, they're obviously a lot better than if the CPU is controlling them, and they're going to react to those better. So, first down and 10, and... God, oh, come on, I can't even get these picks back. Another pass coming here, and good coverage, there we go. User pick at the goal line, so I gotta take this. At least I can clean up a couple of these messes I create. Another thing I love against blitz-happy defenses is to go split back because it gives me options in both flats. If you're blitzing, I'm not counting on you to cover both flats and the short middle all at once. Perhaps you can with the right plays. I'm not counting on it though, so let's get on the move. Doing the same thing now, but the corners on the outside give me a nicer chance against man. Zach Ertz is going to get us a first down. I think one thing that my franchise series helps me prepare for is just all the blitzing. In my series, I got to get the ball out quick, so I have so many counters for different looks that I like, and a lot of those I can then apply to my online game. There's not a whole lot that franchise helps me with when it comes to online, but countering blitzes is one of them. Want to get Kenny Stills on a slant here. I want some quicker routes just in case he does get pressure that surprises me. And here, really good coverage actually, and a lost fumble. We got it back. I was trying to slide there, but obviously it was too late. Third down and 4. Blitzing a little bit less now, and that was the ugliest pocket movement ever because I feel the rush so much faster than it actually arrives. But if I stood there, I could have obviously had 2 options open. One of my biggest weaknesses is certainly my paranoia for the pass rush, and that forces me to rush pretty much everything. So now 4th down and 4, and got it somehow to Stills. Not sure if he's playing cover 2, but it is a cover 2 look here. Might actually be cover 0. And we're going to fire this downfield for Sanu. Going for some strips. We'll get down to the 15. Maybe he's not blitzing this time. Nope, only a 4-man rush. And it's going to be enough there. Now I'm definitely in some trouble because I have no timeouts. And I want to try to find the end zone. My opponent has the football to begin the second half. So what I'm going to do is just try to overwhelm this defense, make them make decisions on this right side. Hopefully one of these verticals opens up. Not sure if I'll get one, especially with him usering deep over the middle. But we're going to take a shot anyway. And it's tipped and intercepted. But I mean, a field goal doesn't do me any good here. I'd still be down by 2 scores. Kind of had to play aggressive there without having the ball to begin the second half. I got to make some big things happen. So one more play to go in the half. And a chance for something big downfield, but it's intercepted by Dion. So can I get a big return? No, I can't. Over the years, I've also become more of a second half player. Like my first halves is where I make more of my mistakes. And in the second half, I'm able to make better adjustments. Not sure if that's going to be the case today. Gonna try though. And now my opponent is doing some adjusting himself and going to some pass plays I haven't seen yet. Maybe he wants me to think about the flats so he can attack me downfield again, and that's not something I want to do at the moment. I'll go hard flat, but I'm still going to play cover 3. And we're going to take away this side the best we can, and that's out of reach. Oh, it's incomplete too. Now playing hard flat here is going to leave me pretty vulnerable, but I'm going to stick to it on a 3rd and short. I tend to go hard flat against these short yardage situations because on 3rd down, all anybody wants is the quickest, easiest way to get a new set of downs. And you want to take away those quick options because they're already going to be thinking very quickly in their head. I got to get this away. I got to get this first down. And if you can make them hesitate or go to their second read, good things can happen. Now, hopefully I'm not going to the well too many times here. I'm calling cover 3 again. Stretch. Got it! That's a turnover on downs. I'll talk a lot about levels when I play. It's one of my favorite concepts to get some high-low reads and exploit a defense. But still I'm expecting cover 2. So unless that safety gets over quick, Charles Sims could be open fast. But the corner's going to at least hang with him for a little bit there, forcing me to hesitate. So a sack for Darby. All right, 3rd down and 19. And this time, the middle is wide open. You don't see me use verticals too often. But that's one area where I will go outside of my normal strategies. But as far as like the weird stuff you see on defense, I always feel like I can figure out something else. In this case, I don't like any of my audibles here. I don't have something else I like, and quarterback draw is a useless audible. So I'll just call the same exact thing. I'm going to go underneath this time. I want to play it safe and efficient. And Sanu is down to the 20. One area where I do like to take advantage of user coverage over the middle is with these levels, because the user player is probably going to focus on the first guy. And if he doesn't play disciplined, what's going to happen is that the second guy that comes through that window is going to be open pretty much every time. So let's get this rolling over here. Let's throw it away. Here's a situation where I like to make a user player make a decision. Do you want to cover Zach Ertz or Sanu? Or are you worried at all about the seam there with Kenny Stills? And we're going to the seam. Stills inside the 5. Now my red zone offense is really bad. I have to get way better in the red zone down here. I don't have as many plans. But we do get the touchdown, so we're back within a score. If you're finding anything in this video useful, I'd love to hear some feedback in the comment section. Leave a like if you're enjoying the video. I feel like I'm giving out a few good tips. I'm not like a great player by any means, and there are probably a lot of people you can learn more from. But this is what I do. These are the things that I worry about. This is my thought process during the game. And I'm enjoying this video. This is fun. I'm making a lot of mistakes, but I'm also showing at least some things that I can do well at times. Here's 3rd down and 8 now, and he's going to, again, give me this look. And we're going to take away the deep routes and get the rush. Ooh, I sold something. Making coins. Getting 4th down forced. We're going to send 4. I don't want to send 3, especially with a mobile quarterback like Russell Wilson. So let's get that 4-man rush. I like my rushers. Here we go. 4th and 16 from his own 23-yard line. And sacked! There we go, Reggie White. Now maybe this is where that bad choice to go for it in the end zone. I didn't think I'd play this good a defense in the second half. Definitely backfires. We'll run it here. Maybe not well, but we'll run it. I'll tell you one thing. One thing I want to start doing in the red zone is utilizing more 2-back sets, whether it's split backs or having my fullback in the game. So I have 2 backfield options, and I can attack the short routes a bit better. That's one thing that I think can make my red zone game stronger as I try to navigate through the chaos here, but can't. Now, I will not get over aggressive here. I don't want to take much time. I got to get another defensive stop, so I'm just going to hopefully not take any unnecessary risks. And Marino is sacked. So, good rush by my opponents. I want to get a quick field goal out of here and hope I can get one more defensive takeaway. Don't have any good tips for kickoffs besides make sure there aren't any major holes, and most of that isn't going to be up to you to begin with. So, here we go. Defense time. I want to keep 5 defenders on the line of scrimmage in this situation. 2 tight ends expecting run. And stop from Tashawn Gibson. Just remember, the more defenders on the line of scrimmage, the less of a chance those linemen will have to get into the second level. They have to make a decision. Are they going to let the linebackers run free, or are they going to let a line of scrimmage defender run free? So if you're having troubles there, I'd recommend going to more under or over fronts or finding ways to get 5 defenders on the line of scrimmage. You can do that from a lot of different looks. 2nd down and 13 now. A screen call. And, oh, come on. Got a hit stick with Sanders, though. All right, 3rd down and 4. He struggled against this cover 3 all second half. And here we go again. Watching for a screen. That's my first read, if not bail out. All right, bail. Watch the middle. And got it outside. Nice play. Hopefully with over top coverage here in the cover flat, we can take that option away. This time, it's going to be a Hit stick. We can't force the fumble. Watching for a screen, but not expecting it. Inside zone. Got a hole, too. And Coleman's too swift. So I'll keep 5 defenders on the line now, and hopefully that helps slow things down a bit. Okay. Hard to slow down Tevin Coleman. 1 first down in this game is over. We're getting aggressive, doing what we can, but it's not enough. His O-line is pretty good in run blocking, it appears. I'm not sure why he doesn't run more, because I would have had a much tougher time against a balanced offense. Now, some opponents will run the clock out. Some will just try to score more. So, potentially get a fumble here. And another run. And no forced fumble. Looks like this game is going to be over. So I came close. I made too many mistakes to win this game. But I did some things well, and I gave myself a chance even when I fell behind. So I feel like there's still a lot of good takeaways from this game, even if I like to throw too many interceptions. Still a fun game, though. It does end this head-to-head season for me, so I'll open up whatever rewards I get for falling just shy. Hopefully I get some sort of pack, but I was hoping to make the playoffs. And I also saw in the comment section on the last video that many of you do want to see MUT Draft, so I will record some of that this week, in addition to Ultimate Team. Here are the final stats on the day. Of course, throwing 3 interceptions, and I lost the fumble. Not going to win too many games doing that. If I could clean up my dumb interceptions, I'd probably win a lot more games. But still at 65% complete. My second half defense was great, especially against the pass. Only hit a couple big plays against me, but did what he had to do at the end to get the victory. So I go 6-4 in my first 10 games. The Garcon sold, so I got a nice amount of coins for that, up to 133, and I get to level 20, so I think I'll open up a player pack as well. I get a 1 badge pack. Just remember, there's no more, like, bronze, silver, well, I guess there are those team badges, but just remember the badges are different this year. And I get a gold player pack, and this is going to contain Blake Bell, the new Minnesota Viking. I actually like Blake Bell. What are his ratings looking like? Not going to be useful for Ultimate Team, but oh well. And who's the gold? Oh, it's an Elite Theo Riddick instead of a gold. And I should be able to sell this if I want to. Not that it's going to be worth much. I like Theo Riddick, so maybe I'll have him stick around. Level 20 player pack. We'll close out the episode like this. Thank you all for watching today's episode. I hope you enjoyed it. We're going to get Quincy Enunwa or Charles Clay, Deshaun Gibson, or Patrick Chung. Now, I have Chung, I have Gibson. I think Enunwa would be intriguing. Can I see those ratings? Just want to see, like, the route running. 72 catching, 71 routes. I think I'll go with Quincy Enunwa on this, but we'll see what's in the actual level 20 pack. And that Tomlinson token will actually allow me to finish up a set today. I can get the 77 overall LaDainian Tomlinson now, as that is complete. And here he is. Or maybe I just got the 76. 80 speed, 82 agility. He's almost good enough to start actually using. Although I'm probably behind the curve when it comes to team and overall right now. So the level 20 pack to end the episode. Any more elites? I know I got more than lucky today with my pulls, so I'm not really counting on one. Tim Hightower will get Ramon Humber and a 3rd gold, Mitchell Trubisky. Why am I getting so many Bears? I can't stop pulling Chicago Bears for some reason. Anyway, guys, that is going to do it for this episode of Ultimate Team. Tough loss today, but we'll be back at it soon with more. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please drop a like if you did. Subscribe to the channel. Leave any feedback you have in the comment section. And I'll see you next time. Have a great day.